I just thought that they really are the most. They really don't have an option for. It's not just that they're hungry. It's not just that. It's that they are in fear of for their lives. They're going to be persecuted for their race, their religion, their nationality. A few reasons. I love Africa, and I wanted to just be a part of the world that was for my other children. I didn't want to up in a house here and be rest. I wanted to have a beautiful time with my family, and my other daughter's African. And also, I think there was a part of me that people kept saying it's horrible. You should never have a baby there, and it can't be done. And have it in Los Angeles and be safe. And then you start to think, well, there's so many other people that don't have that option. Why and what is it?
What was it like actually giving birth? I mean, you had 2 children through adoption. What was it like?
Well, we ended up having, she was in breech, so I ended up having a cesarean, so it was very quick.
Brad was in the operating room.
He was in the operating room, yeah. And we had amazing doctors, and everybody was so lovely. And you're just, because you're there for the birth, which I wasn't for my first 2 kids, you're just suddenly terrified that they're not going to take a first breath. That was my whole focus. I just wanted to hear her cry, and I was sure everything would go right. At the last minute, I became the mother that was sure everything was going to go wrong, and she's healthy, and it was amazing. But I was kind of prepared to kind of give them extra love and attention because something was going to be different about this new one. So I was emotionally ready.
You released a statement with Brad Pitt after you had Shiloh in Namibia, and you said, "While we celebrate the joy of the birth of our daughter, we recognize the 2 million babies born every year around the world, make it a priority." What do you think can be done?
Well, when we were in Namibia, there was a local little clinic which we ended up having the baby in. Being there, we did bring a doctor to. There's a machine, you can listen to the baby's heart and mom's heart. And it's so simple because you're just present. Donated the equipment. So it was, $1,000 to buy paper for 10 years and supply them with what they need, and they just needed the paper.
And that's how change happens. Change happens by you.
If you just ask and go hands-on, and it's not that hard.
Hello. In July, North Korea stunned the world by launching a series of ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan. In addition to imposing its own economic restrictions, Security Council resolution to impose sanctions. Fired, however, China, Russia, and South Korea all criticized the resolution would be counterproductive. Table. Neighborly ministers of defense and foreign affairs announced that the government would consider the legality of a preemptive strike. Japan's pacifist constitution specifically prohibits the country's troops from engaging in that in the event of an imminent missile attack, the country's rights to self-defense. South Korean government officials quickly accused Japan of, quote, expansionist ambitions left over from World War II. China described Japan's position as an overreaction. What started as a united front against North Korea became a divisive spat between neighbors, perhaps one of the intended goals behind North Korea's missile launches.